We're heading up Mount Herman Road near Colorado Springs, and we found on iOverlander there's some dispersed campsites up here. This road so far has been like really nice. Like you could probably come up here with almost any car as long as you go slow enough. In the winter I could see it being bad, but right now we're in like late October and it's not bad at all. We just made it to the spot that we found on iOverlander, and it's a great campsite up here. There's tons of space. You could have like multiple people up here, and the view is awesome. We're exploring over here, like right near our campsite. You can see our cars right up there. We just walked down here, we're up on these big rocks now, and it's gorgeous out here. Heading back up to the car right now. Probably just gonna eat some food, hang out, and it'll probably be an early night. We're pretty tired. And then we'll pick this up early in the morning and hopefully be able to show this area a little bit better when we have a little bit more light. It's a beautiful sunrise this morning from our campsite. There were a couple more campsites we saw on the way up, and in a little bit we're going to explore further up the road to see if there are even more campsites up that way. I'm going to leave the location of this spot in the description of this video and any other information that I think would be helpful. This spot is actually really clean, but there is some trash that seems like it might have maybe blown from someone's campsite down this hill a little bit. So we're going to just take a little bit and clean up this trash, because it's always important to leave campsites nicer than you found them. We just backed up camp. Now we're going to explore a little further up Mount Herman Road, see what else there is to see. So we just, we're continuing up the road past that campsite we were at, and there is a gate that you go through, and right after you go through that gate, there's a right-hand turn that says dead end. And if you come down that right-hand turn, there's kind of a, I wouldn't really call it road anymore because it's more bumpy and rutty, and you have to definitely go slower. But if you have a SUV, or most 4x4s should have absolutely no issue. But there's a bunch of campsites, it looks like, back here, and a lot of them have really cool views off to the side. I would definitely recommend some of these sites too. Obviously it's going to be windier up here because they're a lot more exposed, but these sites do look really cool here if you look ahead. But yeah, so there's definitely a bunch more sites pretty close. We probably drove a minute up this road before that turnoff, and we didn't even go back all the way. It keeps going a good ways. So I'd say there's at least 4 or 5 sites, if not more. We're gonna head down Mount Herman Road to the Mount Herman Trailhead and hike up to the top of the mountain. The hike is 1 mile each way, so 2 miles round trip, and not a ton of elevation gain or anything, but apparently the views at the top are really cool, so we're gonna check that out. We just got down here to the Mount Herman Trailhead. We're gonna hike up to the top of the mountain. The trailhead isn't really marked. There's like a little post with the trail number on it, but there isn't any sign saying Mount Herman Trailhead. But if you go on Google Maps, it does have it shown. Another thing is Google Maps does show 2 different Mount Herman trailheads. You want to come to the one further up Mount Herman Road, up the mountain. The other one is down at the base, and I think you have to like hike up the road to get to this one. just made it to the top of Mount Herman. Pretty cool view. Trail was not the easiest to follow, but definitely not too bad. It was pretty steep pretty much the entire way. I would definitely recommend using an app like All Trails or having a map when you're doing this hike, because there are a lot of little offshoots and it could be really easy to get off the trail. So this is going to wrap up our trip to Mount Herman. I'll leave the location of our campsite and the trailhead for this hike in the description below.
Thanks for watching.